Hey everyone, thanks for joining us for the Crosswalk Devotional Podcast. Over the years, our editorial team at crosswalk.com has written these devotionals, observing truths we see at the intersection of faith and life. We're thrilled to offer them to you now in podcast form. To get all of these episodes straight to your phone each week, just subscribe on iTunes or wherever you get podcasts. To find more devotional content like this, just visit us at crosswalk.com.
There's a Title for That, by John Upchurch, read by Sean McAvoy. Colossians 1:17 and 18 says, "He is before all things, and in him all things hold together. And he is the head of the body, the church. He is the beginning and the firstborn from among the dead, so that in everything he might have the supremacy." Sometimes we just need to be reminded of who Jesus is. The Word. John 1 says he pitched his tent with us and put flesh on God's promises. Son of God. Matthew 16:16 says he's got the whole world in his hands. Son of Man. Matthew 17:12, he knows our sorrows up close and personal. Son of David. Matthew 1:1 and John 1, he loved his people, even if they didn't recognize him. Teacher. According to John 3:2, he tells us exactly what we need, even if it's not what we want to hear. Prophet. Deuteronomy 18:15 and Matthew 13:57. He told us what would and will happen. Provider. Mark 6:30 through 44. He can make a little go a long way. Mediator. 1 Timothy 2:5 and Hebrews 9:15. He's right in the middle of our struggles and pleading our case. Suffering servant. Isaiah 53 says he got busted up for us. Lamb of God. John 1:29. He put sin in a full Nelson and made death cry uncle. Lion of Judah. Revelation 5:5 and 19:21. He can take care of his enemies with just his roar. Counselor. Isaiah 9:6. He's the cure for our addictions and struggles. Prince of Peace. Isaiah 9:6. He signed in blood the peace treaty between God and us. Emmanuel. Isaiah 7:14. He never gets tired of being with us. King of Kings. Revelation 17:14. He's got the power. The Way. John 14:6. He ain't got no time for wishy-washy all roads arguments. He's it. The Truth. John 14:6. He puts the lie in our true for you follies. The Life. John 14:6 and 20:31. He resuscitates hearts that were hardened by sin. Good Shepherd. Luke 15:4 and John 10:11. He patiently and lovingly tracks down his runaways. The True Vine. John 15:4 and 5 and Romans 7:4. He nurtures us to fruitfulness. Friend of sinners. Matthew 11:9. He offers grace to those stumbling around in darkness. Balm of Gilead. Jeremiah 8:22, Isaiah 53:5, 1 Peter 2:24. He binds up our wounds by the scars on his back. Giver of the Spirit. John 14. He sent the one who makes the journey alongside us and leads us into truth. Light of the world. Luke 2:32, Acts 13:47, and 2 Corinthians 4:4. He sends photons to those who've been blinded by the God of this age. Intercessor. Isaiah 53:12 and John 17. He never stops praying for us. Great High Priest. Hebrews 7. He took care of all the temple work. The bread of life and the water of life. John 6 and Revelation 21:6. He's our daily nutritional requirement for a spiritually balanced life. Alpha and Omega, Revelation 22:13. He gets the first and last word, always. Lord of Glory, Psalm 24, Psalm 103:20, and James 2:1. He makes angels belt out never-ending praises. Firstborn among the dead, Colossians 1:18. He paved the path that leads to his place. Intersecting faith and life. Jesus has so many titles because he fulfills all our needs. Wherever you are in life, whatever your need, he's got it covered. As my father-in-law sometimes says, Jesus picked up his cross and said, "Hang on to me, we're going through. With him, you will make it out alive."
Hey listeners, thanks for joining us for the Crosswalk.com devotional podcast. To get all of our episodes straight to your phone during the week, subscribe to this podcast on iTunes or wherever you listen to podcasts. To find more devotional content like this, head over to Crosswalk.com.